Hi, my husband is my touch grass moment. Let's get into it. It's December 2013. I'm still in college. You're still in college. Well, maybe you're not. I don't know. I don't know about your life. But a woman named Justine Sacco boards a plane from London to South Africa. And before takeoff, she tweets something she thinks is funny or sarcastic, sort of cringy, off-color joke. It doesn't even get one like before takeoff. She turns off her phone. 12 hours later, she lands. Like, unbeknownst to her, during those 12 hours on air, she went viral. Like, globally viral. People were tracking her flight in real time. Hashtag "Has Justine landed yet?" was trending. Major news outlets picked it up, and she lost her job before her luggage even hit the carousel. Her entire life unraveled while she was offline. All from one tweet. And I'll tell you exactly what she tweeted at the end of this video and why it ruined her life. Now, you might think, well, that was 2013. Things aren't that crazy anymore. Things are arguably worse because here's the thing. What happens online doesn't always stay online. And that's why I keep my finger on the pulse. You've probably seen it. Maybe you have been told to touch grass. Okay? And honestly, that's fair. Like, the internet is crazy. The internet is unhinged. But stepping outside, breathing fresh air doesn't mean that the chaos online stops existing. I mean, these people tweeting and saying crazy things, they're real. Most of them. Some of them. They're bots too, but that's another thing. That's another thing. You might touch grass, but maybe, just keep an eye on X or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok while you're at it. Because reality might be weird, but the algorithm is weirder. Touching grass, what does it mean? It means escaping the algorithm's chokehold on your nervous system. It's remembering how people talk when they're not chronically online. How those people that are not online all the time actually think. It's hanging out with people who don't know what the Lulu means or the manosphere, and frankly also don't care. For me, my husband is my personal touch grass moment. Although he does know the majority of the internet terms because, well, he's married to me, it's inevitable. But I'll be ranting about internet drama and, he'll just look at me like I just asked him to define girl math. That face, that's reality, and I have to remind myself of that. Here's the thing, even though internet culture can feel ridiculous, can feel extreme, it's not just fantasy. What starts online often becomes policy, conversation, or profit. For example, in the UK, TikTok trends around beauty filters and body image literally influence proposed laws about age restrictions on social media platforms because enough parents and enough headlines turn viral trends into government talking points. Another example, online debates about gender identity and pronouns and the whole story hour, trans story hour, that's just not discourse anymore. These conversations have spilled into school board meetings, workplace trainings, and legislation in states across the US. Then there's cancel culture. Twitter or X or whatever may seem like you're just screaming into a void, but people, as Justine Sacco, have lost jobs, publishing deals, and brand partnerships over moments that started out as hashtags. And then there's parasocial dynamics. Studies show that our brains process parasocial relationships, like I feel like I know this influencer, the same way we process actual friendships. That changes how people vote, how people buy, think, and behave offline. And let me tell you, I may not have a huge presence online, I really don't, but I do have a good amount of followers that I don't know personally, and I don't know anything about them, but yet they asked me for advice in terms of their life. Like recently, there was someone that I thought was a older gentleman who turns out is like a high school or a college dude who's asking me advice on if a girl likes him or not. And I was genuinely confused about his whole situation. I don't know why he's asking me advice, but that's the point. Like, he thinks he knows me better, or he thinks I might have more of an insight to his life, even though I genuinely thought he was some 40-year-old man. So when my husband and a lot of the friends I keep in real life remind me that not everyone is out here screaming about micro labels or modern women, or they don't know about parasocial dynamics. I know this. If enough people scream online long enough, someone's going to write a policy memo about it. Like, I remember when the whole trans conversation was fringe. My brother told me, it's fringe, what do you care about that? And now there's legislation allowing biological men into women's prisons. Now, let me take a second to speak directly to the women watching this. The ones who are conservative leaning or centrist, or just, exhausted by extremes. You're not trying to become a #tradwife or start a homestead or write your husband's emails for him. You're also not interested in living your life through TikTok trends, chasing every micro label, or performing on Instagram stories for clout. You want sanity, you want balance, you want to understand the culture without becoming consumed by it. Touching grass isn't about checking out entirely. It's about staying rooted enough in reality to make good decisions for your life while still understanding the world we're living in, where our world is headed a lot of the times. Because whether we like it or not, these conversations shape our kids' schools, your workplace policies, your healthcare options, and even your friendships. You're allowed to care, you're allowed to keep up, you're allowed to roll your eyes all at once. That's the dance. Touch grass so you don't lose your sanity. Log back on so you don't lose track of where the culture is headed off what cliff. One keeps you grounded, the other keeps you informed. I touch grass so I don't spiral. I stay online long enough to know what's coming next. My husband and some of my friends remind me what normal looks like. And the internet reminds me what possible direction the culture is headed in. So, with that said, remember at the start that I told you about Justine Sacco? Here's what she tweeted. Going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding, I'm white. It was meant to be satire, a dumb, edgy joke mocking clueless people. But no one reading it knew her intent. All they saw was a white woman tweeting that sounds, right before flying to Africa. And that's how a woman with 170 followers had her life destroyed before she even landed. The lesson: what happens online doesn't always stay online. And sometimes touching grass won't save you from the consequences of what you posted before you step outside. So be careful. Be careful what you say out here. So yes, go outside, breathe fresh air, talk to someone whose vocabulary isn't 80% internet slang. And that's it. Let me know what you think in the comment below. And what do you want to hear from me next? Cheers and see you next time.